Hello everyone. In this video, I want to introduce you guys about the road and sidewalk project. So in this project, the road and sidewalk, as you can see, this is the final result. They are all linear and in a very long shape, right? Unlike the building project we did before, it's in a good rectangle shape, but the road and sidewalk has a huge difference, which is totally different shape, and they are in different area. So that's something about this road and sidewalk project. And the second thing I want to introduce you about this project is the task boundary is totally different. Okay, so in the project we did before, the task boundary is in a rectangle. In a square, it's pretty regular and standard. But in the land cover road and sidewalk project, the task boundary, as we can see, falls in the middle of a road, right? Can go through some part of the boundary. The reason of this task boundary doing that is because on both sides of the task boundary, this land cover is always being rolled. It will always be rolled. So we don't need to solve too much neighbor connection problem. So that's why our task boundary for land cover, road and sidewalk project is like this. As for the requirement for this project, so this is the land cover, but we only need to do road and sidewalk in this one. Okay, only road and sidewalk. And the arrow rate for this one is within 3 pixels. Okay, for example, this one. If you zoom enough, there's a bit of the grass has been included in the sidewalk, right? But this is allowed. So 3 pixels is allowed in the road and sidewalk project. Next one is the result of the road and sidewalk should be smooth. Okay, it should be smooth. As you can see, as we go through this final result, the road and sidewalk is very smooth. It matches with the actual road and sidewalk boundary, and also this has a reasonable shape. Okay, there's no sudden change like this. Okay, this will be wrong. So the overall result of the road and sidewalk will be very smooth and in regular shape. Okay, so that's the requirement for this project. Only road and sidewalk, 3 pixels arrow allowance. The result should be smooth and reasonable. And next, I want to introduce you about the tools that we need to use for the land cover road and sidewalk repair project. So let's go to this one. So this is a default result, okay, which means there's no this is the result we will get for repair, before repair. And usually we will use 3 tools for this kind of project. So first one is repair. Just like the building repair project, the one we used frequently, which is the Z or X on your keyboard, and most likely we will use the Z. So when we see a result like this, right? This is a sidewalk. Well, it's supposed to end around here. So what we can do, we can press Z and to close it and to get it better, and then we can draw this side as well to match the boundary on both sides of the sidewalk. So the first tool I introduced to you, like around another one here, is the straight line repair tool. Use that. But this tool has a problem, which is when we see, for example, when we see a result like this, this road has exceeded the boundary and it goes to the grass and the building, right? So we need to fix this one. But when we need to, when we use the straight line tool to fix this one, we have found a problem, which is at this corner, we can't make an arc tool. We can't make an arc, right? So therefore, there's another tool I'm going to introduce you. It's T, the split tool. So in this case, watch carefully. I press T first, and then I will go through this boundary carefully. And when I reach the corner, I can switch the tool to G as arc tool, and then switch back to the split tool. And then when I hit here, I press space. So as you can see, this part has been splitted, and now I can press B to delete. So this result will look much better. Okay, so this is the second tool we frequently used. The third tool we frequently use for the road and sidewalk repair project is a filling tool, E. Like I have introduced you in the previous land cover training videos. So this tool is very useful. So let's fix this side of the road by using the filling tool. So let's press E first, and then starting from this road, and we can go to here. Okay, let's go through this boundary. And remember, we can always switch to the arc tool or right angle tool or any tool you want. And then before we close it, we need to switch back to the filling tool again, and then press into this road, and then press space. Click on it, and now we have two pieces of the road. And after we done a repair for this one, remember, it's always better to merge them together by select both and then press V. Therefore, we can avoid some topology errors after we done this task. Okay, now that's all the basic information about the land cover road and sidewalk project. Now I'm going to go through some scenarios and some basic situations with you guys together, and how we going to make interpretation and help us to improve the skill and improve the speed. First, let's look at this one. So in this case, as you can see, we just fixed this sidewalk, and now we can ignore this. But let's look at this one. This is actually railway, and this road has been misclassified to there. But the actual road is actually there, right? As you can see, this is the road connects to here. So we need to fix this. So let's begin. First, we can do a cut at here. So as you can see, this is actually in arc shape. So I'm going to use the split tool, and then switch to the arc tool, and then switch back to the split tool, and then I will stop at here. And then the rest of the part I can delete. Okay, and for here I will fix later. So now we have deleted this part, and what's next? We're going to fix this one here. So we don't need to delete them, but instead we can simply use the repair tool, right? As you can see, I use the repair tool, and then I can just do like this, and then this part has been fixed. So what's next is and here, and we need to fix this part as well. So let's use split tool to shape, and then I think we need to go over here and then press space. So now we can delete this part because this is grass, right? So, and this is grass as well. we're going to fix this one later, but right now let's focus on the road. So as long as this piece of the road has hit the boundary, then we are fine. So last, we just need to fill in this part. It's very easy. So let's start with the filling tool. Go from here, switch to the arc tool, and then go to the filling tool again. Go to the down part, this part, and then again follow in through the boundary. And remember, this road has actually connected to the house beside it, so we need to make sure there's no gap between these two. And then to the sidewalk and to this part of the road, and then press space, click on it. Now this road has been fixed, right? It's really easy. So, and always it's better we can merge them together to avoid some weird topology errors. And now we can fix this part of the sidewalk. Okay, so this sidewalk actually connects to the road here, and it has a little bit grass down there. So what we can do, it's very easy. So we can just simply repair this one here, and then for this part, we can use the filling tool. And then it's done. And then let's merge them together. And also, let's continue to fix the rest of it. So remember, when we have a sidewalk, okay, the sidewalk is parallel to the road, and sometimes there will be some grass, some bare land, or even the driveway, right? This is a driveway connecting to the road to the parking lot inside. So in this case, we need to exclude the driveway part. Okay, so we can use the repair tool to exclude the driveway and the bare land, and also more driveway. Okay, see, this is also driveway, and there's a bare land, and also this is driveway. So we can fix all of them. And remember, when we fix a sidewalk like this, when it connects to the building, if you use the repair tool, sometimes it will create like this one. So this is very annoying, and will slow your work down. So what I would suggest you to do is using the split tool like this, and then press space. Now this part has been split, so you can easily delete this part, right? And for this and for the one here, maybe there's a little bit part of this part has been included, unnecessary part including into the sidewalk. But as long as in the 3 pixels, we can accept it. Okay, so let's finish this part. And this piece of the sidewalk has been blocked by the tree, but because of the connection between sidewalk, there's a sidewalk and there is also sidewalk. So I would say this sidewalk is actually beside the tree. Okay, so I would use the filling tool to go through here. To go through here. Okay, now press space. So remember, in the corner of the sidewalk, sometimes it's usually connected to the road. Okay, I will show you more example later, and we can connect this one, and then use this repair tool to fix this. and then this one got better. No, yeah, got weather here, so we can use repair tool to fill in, and then use a filling tool to finish this one. So yeah, so basically, let's see. This sidewalk and this road has been fixed. Okay, it's very easy. When you see a sidewalk parallel to the road, so we just fix this road and sidewalk by using those three tools: repair, split, and filling tool flexibly, and then make a good and easy decision for the boundary of this part. Okay, that's the first case. In the second example of the land cover road and sidewalk project, I want to introduce you to another sidewalk, which is the sidewalk that connects between the house and the road. Okay, so let's take a look at this sidewalk. So we need to fix this part, and as we can see, this part has been blocked by the tree, but overall we can ignore this. Okay, remember, when we see ambiguous cases like this, and we can just pass or do a very quick repair based on the shape. So don't spend too much time on this. This will slow you down a lot. And okay, so what we actually need to fix is actually this part. Okay, and here. So let's begin. So in my opinion, this part and this part doesn't match very perfectly. So what I would do, I would just simply cut this part to a narrow one, and using the T to split, and use T again to and then I'll just delete this part. Okay, and then this has been connected to the building, which is nice, but here this is grass, and we need to exclude this part. Okay, and remember, when we deal with the sidewalk and connect it to the road like this, we don't want to use the repair tool because sometimes it won't give you a very good result. Okay, so in this case we need to use the split tool by pressing T. Okay, so when we got here, we need to remember to distinguish the driveway. Okay, so let's take a look of the result. So let's cut here first. So this is the driveway. Okay, here is the driveway, connects to the building, connects to the building to the road, and this is the driveway. So we don't want to include this part into the sidewalk. Also, same for here. We want to cut this part as well. Okay, so we can continue to cut this part, the building, and again driveway, grass, driveway, grass. Again, this is driveway. There's already a car parked there. Okay, so driveway, grass, and also this is the driveway, right? There's a car park behind at the end of it. So we can continue. So park, grass, driveway, and this is also driveway. So we can do it very simple. Just cut all the way. When you cut all the way down there. So when you are experienced enough, you can do this very quick. Okay, this is also driveway, so we can just cut it. Okay, so let's end it here. So now this side of the sidewalk has been done nice and easy. Let's move to the second. Let's move to the another one. At this side of the sidewalk, we can see there's a small piece of a sidewalk that connects the building with the sidewalk. Okay, and in this case, this is actually a pretty good result. The error rate is with around 3 pixels. So we could just to do a little bit of repair on this one. So as long as the result is in the 3 pixels, we accept that. Okay, so don't spend too much time to fix this small part. Remember, don't spend too much time to fix this part. And also, we need to distinguish between this sidewalk with the driveway. Usually this sidewalk is much more narrow than the driveway, right? The driveway is much wider, so we want to include the sidewalk into the sidewalk, but not this driveway. Okay, so and for this part, I will using the repair tool to do a quicker repair. Okay, let's hit here. This is another sidewalk. Okay, this small sidewalk connects the building to the sidewalk, and we need to remember to know how to distinguish between this driveway and the sidewalk. Okay, there's a car parked on the driveway and it's much wider. So let's continue. We can fix this part very easy. And this is driveway. We don't want to include it. This is also driveway. This is also driveway. Actually, we don't need to fix this part. I'm just doing this to have a better result. So this part is actually within 3 pixels, and it's okay to leave there. Okay, so yeah, if you want to do faster, then you can leave there. And also, this is a driveway as well. Sorry, this is a sidewalk as well, connecting the building to the sidewalk. This is narrower than this one, and there's no car parked there. Okay, so we can do a little bit fix on this one, and yeah. So yeah, overall this part is pretty good. So maybe we need to fix a little bit of here because this is too much pixels has been classified wrong. But afterwards, it's gonna take very quick. It's gonna take very quickly. Okay, so that's the sidewalk for this one. And for here, I want to show you guys another thing that we need to be very careful. Okay, when we got here, there's a grass has blocked the driveway, it seems like. But remember, usually in a residential area, a sidewalk should be connected to each other. Okay, so if you look carefully, there's actually connected. These two grass behind each other, and this is darker in the middle. So we should ignore it. We should connect this one as well. And another thing, which is very, very important, is the driveway is near the building. We should always, as you can see from the from the map, this sidewalk is connected to the driveway, is to the building. Sorry. So we need to connect these two by using the filling tool to give these two a good connection, and then press space, and then to merge them together, and then we can continue to do the repair for the rest of it. Okay, so yeah, it's also like this. I will just skip there, and I will give you guys another example now. So let's take a look at this example. This is a parking lot, obviously, and within the parking lot or in the park, sometimes there are sidewalk in there. So in this one, we need to draw the sidewalk carefully to remember to distinguish the sidewalk with the pavement. Okay, with the pavement. So let's begin. So first, let's start from this corner. As you can see, there's grass and there's a small path connecting the sidewalk here with the building. So we want to fix this one. So to fix this one, I would suggest you to use the split tool. So I'll start from there to cut this part, and then since this part doesn't match carefully, so we can delete this one, and then we need to fill this small gap between the sidewalk and the road, and then let's draw this part. So by using the filling tool, and then we can use the arc and a little arc. It's very fast. We don't want to take too much time on the small piece of the road like this. Okay, and then let's fix this one here. So same thing. You can use a split tool to cut this part out. This part is being connected wrong with the building. And also let's draw this part. And remember, this is driveway, okay? I will show you when I'm done this part. Okay, I'll finish it here. And this is driveway. And also just a little bit grass on this side. So yeah, so this part has been fixed, but remember there's a small sidewalk inside this in the building and also between this parking lot. So we want to include this part as well. And we want to cut this part out by using the split tool. Sorry, let's draw again. And then delete this part. And then this is very good draw of the sidewalk. But remember, when you distinguish the sidewalk with this parking lot lane like this, okay. We don't want to draw a sidewalk around on this one because this is not a sidewalk. Same here, okay. And this is too wide to be a sidewalk. This should be a driveway, and there's a car parked there. So don't draw sidewalk for there. And also there's a small sidewalk. And remember, when you see a small sidewalk like this, and there's also connection between this parking lot with this sidewalk, we want to fix this part, okay? So we need to fix this part. We can use the filling tool just to do a simple filling like this. Remember, don't miss this small connection part. Last, I want to show you this example, which will be very important. Watch carefully and listen to my words carefully. So in some cases, because of the building has been after the 3D matching project and also the wall dragging, so the building may not be on the roof perfectly. So in this case, when you see this sidewalk has connected to the building, even though there's a bit gap between this building and the sidewalk, we still need to connect the sidewalk to the building. I will show you how to do this. So let's fix this shape by simply just using the repair tool to fix this one. It's very quick. Okay, so this is okay. Okay, this is okay now. And let's look at this one. So we need to extend all the way, or you can use the filling tool, it's better. So you can extend all the way to the building. Make sure they are connected, and then drag out of it a little bit, and then back to this sidewalk. Okay, remember, you need to include this part connected together to make sure they have connected, especially this sidewalk with this building. Okay, and then do a little bit repair on this side. So this is done. Remember, this part we need to connect the sidewalk to the building. Let's take a look at another example. So this one here, there's a sidewalk between the building and the sidewalk here. I didn't repair for this part, okay? I just simply want to display how to do a connection between these two. So this building has been shifted, and still we can draw a small sidewalk between these two. Okay, remember, the sidewalk has to touch on the building edge and make sure they have been connected. Okay, so that's how we should do for the sidewalk when you see a case like this. So to wrap it up, in the land cover road and sidewalk project, this is very different because they're all in a long and linear shape. It's very different than the building repair, and also the task boundary is different. And this is a road repair, so we can allow 3 pixels arrow, and to make sure your result is smooth and reasonable. And the tool we're going to use for the building repair, the land cover, road and sidewalk repair is repair tool, split tool T, and the filling tool E. Okay, and I also showed you guys how to do a regular sidewalk and road repair, and how we can do the sidewalk connecting the road and the building, and how we distinguish from the driveway. And also we talked about the sidewalk in the park and or the parking lot, and to distinguish with the pavement and also the parking lanes. And last, we also showed you guys the sidewalk connecting the house that has been shifted, and we have to make sure, even though the buildings are shifted, we have to make sure the sidewalk have touched the building and connected closely. Okay, that's everything for the land cover, road and sidewalk project. It's quite simple. As long as you watch this video and practice, you will find out it's getting easier and easier. Thank you guys. Now I want to show you guys how to fix topology errors in the land cover training task, land cover task. So let's do a topology check first. Okay, let's go through them one by one. Let's go to the first one, the kickback. Okay, so the reason why there's a kickback is because there's a small gap between the road and the building. So it's very easy. We can use the filling tool. Choose the road first, and then fill this gap. Okay, and then fill this gap. Now we can merge them together. Let's go to the second one. The same thing. There's a small gap between this road and building, and then I can use the road to fill this gap. Let's go to this one. Okay, so this one gives us topology arrow up points. So in this case, what we need to do is we need to move this building a very tiny bit like this. Okay, and to create create a gap between these two buildings, and there's no things connected together. Let's go to this one. Okay, same thing. You can move this part a little bit up, and as long as this one, as well as this one. So now there's no touch on these two buildings, then it should be fine. And this one as well. Okay, so let's see. So this one has a little bit arrow on this part, so we can use a repair tool to fix this one. So now let's do a topology arrow check again. You see, arrows have been erased. Okay, so that's how we fix the topology arrow in the land cover task. One more thing, if you do too much editing on the building, like for example, this one, or you even cut this one, you even split this one like this. Then let's do a topology arrow check again. See, this will give us this result. Building doesn't match with the mask. Okay, so this is very, this is not the result we want. So the way to do it is we can select them all. If you are not sure how to fix this, we can select them all, delete, and then use filling tool to fill in this building mask. And then let's do topology check again. It's loading. Let's see. And then we can see after we fill, we still need to cut this part like this. trace through the line, and then let's see. And now after we cut this building properly, that all the topology error has been erased. Okay, so fill in first and then cut this building accordingly. Okay, that's everything for this topology error check.